The roller coaster season for the Sabres continues as they make a final push for the playoffs. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video of Sports Talk Buffalo. Before we go any further, I want to remind you guys to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. I talk Bills, Sabres, and the University at Buffalo men's basketball and football teams right here on this page. Also, remember to check out some cool merch. The links are in the description below. After a brutal stretch of games to begin March, that saw the Buffalo Sabres struggle mightily, going just 2-7-2, while being outscored a whopping 54-28. It appeared as though they had completely packed it in and were simply going through the motions and trying to get the season over as fast as possible. And I said just as much in my last video. Boy, oh boy, could I not have been more wrong. The Buffalo Sabres have clawed their way back into the mix, earning 9 of a potential 10 points in their last 5 games, going 4-0-1. And 3 of those games, they were able to win without their best player and the person with the most points, and that is center Tage Thompson. So how did they claw their way back into playoff contention? Well, first, they have gotten some very solid goaltending, something the Sabres had not gotten pretty much all season long. In 4 of the last 5 games, the Sabres goalies have not posted, or they have posted a .927 save percentage or better in 4 of the 5 games in which they went 4-0-1, and with 3 different goaltenders playing in those 5 games. The goalies were Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who started 2 games and had a decent .904 save percentage, which saw him go 2-0 in the games he started. You had Eric Comrie, who was stellar in his last 2 starts, going 1-0-1 with a .955 save percentage in those 2 games. And of course, you had the talk of the town, the rookie goaltender, Devin Levi, making his first start against a very, very good New York Rangers team, and he did not disappoint. The Buffalo Sabres played well in front of him for the first 2 periods, but Devin Levi shined in the 3rd period, facing nearly 20 shots in the 3rd period alone, kept the Buffalo Sabres in that game. The Sabres were able to go into overtime, tied 2-2, and of course, it was Jeff Skinner with the game winner, giving Devin Levi a win in his first ever start in the NHL. The other thing that the Sabres have done well these past handful of games is that their defense has been above average, being able to help eliminate a lot of the high danger opportunities that they had been giving up so often throughout the entire season. And they're also doing a great job of getting to the rebounds that their goalies are leaving. They're not giving up a whole lot of second and third chance opportunities in front of the net, which cuts down on the amount of scrambles that are going on, and thus keeping the Sabres, or keeping their opponents off the scoreboard, again, as we've seen so often early in the season. But not only the defense, total team defense has helped the Buffalo Sabres as their forwards are keeping their guys to the outside. They're not letting them in the high danger areas. They're not getting caught watching the puck, as again they have done so often this season. And they are limiting the amount of dangerous chances for the opposition. Sure, the Buffalo Sabres have seemingly not scored a ton of goals these last handful of games. However, they are locking it down defensively, doing what they have to do, and they are taking advantage of the opportunities that they have. In the last 5 games, the Sabres have given up just 12 goals. We're talking about defense, just 12 goals their last 5 games. That's just 2.4 goals per game in their last 5. While offensively, again, taking advantage of their opportunities, the Sabres have scored 19 goals in the last 5 games, or 3.8 goals per game. They have been very, very strong and incredibly strong without Tage Thompson in the lineup. Casey Mittelstadt has done a fantastic job filling in for him on the first line. Also, with Tage Thompson not being 100% as he was injured 2 of these 5 games and out for the other 3, they have had to have a lot of other guys step up and produce for the Sabres in order for them to continue to win at such a pivotal point of this season. Guys like Tuch and Skinner continued to be productive and lead by example, as the first line guys should. They have not skipped a beat with Tage Thompson out of the lineup, but it's guys like Mittelstadt, Quinn, Peterka, Cousins, who have all stepped up to fill the massive void that was left when Tage Thompson got hurt. Guys like Quinn, Peterka, Cousins all have 4 points in their last 5 games, providing that secondary scoring for the Buffalo Sabres. But the big person to step up so far, surprisingly to a lot of Sabres fans, not to me, but a lot of Sabres fans, is Casey Mittelstadt. He has been a stud these last 4 games, scoring 7 points in these last 4 games, including another 3-assist game in this last game that he just played. The Buffalo Sabres have been clawing their way back into this playoff race these last 5 games, and they must continue to win games at a breakneck pace in order to not just keep pace with the other teams, to give themselves an opportunity to get into the playoffs, but to potentially sneak into one of those last 2 wild card spots. The Sabres currently sit 5 points out of a playoff spot with a game in hand on the Florida Panthers, on the Pittsburgh Penguins, who currently sit in the last playoff spot. They are 6 points back of the New York Islanders with 3 games in hand on those New York Islanders. Again, these last 7 games are going to be basically playoff games for the Buffalo Sabres to try to sneak in to that last playoff spot. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. I want to remind you guys to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. And as always, have a fantastic week.